All right, this lesson, finding the magnitude and direction angle of the resultant force of two vectors. I'm going to use this example, but then I'm going to go to a whiteboard and I'm going to use the whiteboard and Desmos to explain it to you. So when they give you an object, it gives you two forces. So they're going to have basically what you need to take from this is force 1 with 30 newtons and 39 degrees, force 2 with 80 newtons and 117 degrees. So that's what we're going to need to know for the problem we're going to do. So I'm just going to write those down really quick so we don't forget them. So F sub 1 had 30 newtons and 39 degrees, and F sub 2 was 80 newtons and 117 degrees. Okay, the very first step that you need to do is you have to find an A and a B. So these are kind of, I'm going to put the notes over here. Hopefully I don't run out of room. So A is always the magnitude of the first vector times the cosine of theta sub 1 plus the magnitude of the second vector times the cosine of theta sub 2. Let's see. And then B is the magnitude of the first vector times the sine of the angle that goes with that, plus the magnitude of the second one times the sine. It's my hand resting on here. Isn't working. Times the sine of that angle. Okay, so in our example, our A and our B. Okay, so our A is going to be 30 cosine 39 plus 80 cosine 117. And B is going to be 30 sine of 39 plus 80 sine of 117. Okay, once you have A and B, you need to actually round those to the nearest hundredth is what I would do. So I'm going to now go to Desmos. Now this is really important when you're doing this type of, when you're using this calculator, you have to be, the mode has to be in degrees. So you come over here to this little wrench on the upper right, click on it at the very bottom where it says radians, you want it on degrees. Okay, so anytime you open Desmos, it's already on radians. So we needed, let's see if I can remember this. It was 30 cosine 39 plus 80 cosine of 117. And we're just going to round that to the nearest hundredth, so negative 13.00. Okay, let's go back to the whiteboard. It was negative 13.00. Okay, then we're going to go back to Desmos and we're going to find our B here. So instead of retyping it, I'm just going to go like this and do sine. Oops, what happened to my parentheses? Okay, so that one is 90.16. So we'll go back to our whiteboard. So it's 90.16. Okay. If you need to look at A and B as a point where A is your X value and B is the Y value, okay? So depending on where this point is on the coordinate plane, so remember this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, and quadrant 4. So in this case, both of them would be positive. And quadrant 2, A would be negative and B would be positive, which I think is what we have. Quadrant 3 would be both negative, and quadrant 4, A would be negative and B would be positive. Okay, so in quadrant 1, oh wait, we need this over here. This is our notes, okay? Okay, so in quadrant 1, theta, now this is the direction of our resultant vector, is going to be just the tangent inverse of B over A. Now these are what we found over here. This is B, this is A. Well, you probably can't see. B, A, okay. Quadrant 2 or 3 has the same thing, okay? So theta is going to be tangent inverse B over A plus 180. Then if we're in quadrant 4, it's going to be the same as the other one, only plus 360. Tangent inverse of B over A plus 360. So we have a positive A, no, a negative A and a positive B. So we're in quadrant 2. So we're going to use this one right here. So to find our resultant angle, it's going to be the tangent inverse of B over A plus 180. So it's going to be the 90.16. Wait, so we want tangent inverse of 90.16 divided by negative 13. I'm not going to put the double zero. Whoops. Plus, what was it? 180. So our angle should be 98. So we round to the nearest whole number. So 98. Okay, so we have our theta is 98 degrees. Now the next thing you want to do is find the resultant vector, and that's just the square root of a squared plus b squared. So here we'll go back to Desmos, and we just have to do the square root of 90.16 quantity squared plus negative 13 quantity squared. So rounded, it's going to be 91. So our resultant vector is going to be approximately 91 newtons. These should all be approximately. Okay, so we're going to just go look and see what our answer is, and then we'll come do a quick review. So is this the one we were looking at? Yes. Okay, so if we do an explanation, they had 91 newtons, 98 degrees. I think that's what we had. So, okay, so really quick, because I know you want to be done with this. These are kind of this is kind of the information you need to know right here. That's it. So the key is to find that A and B so that you just have these two numbers, and makes it so much easier then to find the angle and to find the resultant vector. So kind of make sure you have this written down, maybe as the example. I'm not going to do more than one example, but hopefully this will help. Okay, thank you.